Yeah, nah. My thing is funny because if you watch a Knick game, Walt Clyde Frazier will always say Patrick Ewing's the second greatest Knick ever after him because he bought.
Who
Yeah,
who was the first?
him.
Earl or himself?
No,
King.
himself. No, he said himself. Walt Clyde Frazier. He bought 2 championships to New York.
I never heard him say that.
Yeah,
but he said it jokingly, but he's serious.
Yeah.
He said Patrick Ewing's the second greatest Knick ever. It makes you can't argue with 2 championships in New York.
I met Clyde.
I did too. Yeah, Clyde. Yo,
I met Clyde.
Clyde's cool.
Yo, cool dude, bro. Fly.
Yeah.
Smooth. You mean shit like yeah. He's that guy. Like he's that guy, bro.
He ain't a better Knick than Patrick Ewing. He got to stop. Show some respect.
He poured 2.
2 rings. You can't argue 2. You can't argue 2 rings. You cannot argue 2 rings.
Yeah,
2 rings.
Pat.
Yeah,
I didn't see
them things.
I didn't see Clyde play, but our pops and like my godfather, like they're old school Knicks fans. Like the way they talk about him and they talk about Earl of Pearl and they talk about, of course, oh my God, my man that came out limping.
Willis Reed.
Like
Dave
that was
DeBusschere.
a different time, especially like think about it for Dave DeBusschere. Even like Phil Jackson, but he wasn't the greatest player on the team, but he was a part of those teams. But just the way they talk about them, like if you sit down, and you talk to an old school Knicks fans for like the 60s and 70s, and you talk about those 2 championships that they won, the way they talk about those players, man, is different. Like it's a different feel, man. Hearing it from them. But I love Pat. Pat is my favorite. But yeah, I agree with you.
No, you can't. Patrick Ewing is the best Knick ever. I don't understand this argument. Walt Clyde Frazier is out of his mind for everything, and he would be ever as important to a team as Patrick Ewing was to the '90s Knicks.
How can you say that? He brought 2 rings to the.
He did not bring 2 rings to the Knicks. That entire team that we just named did that. Patrick Ewing brought him to the championship, and Patrick Ewing went toe to toe. Everyone always shits on him because he Elijah won.
We all love Pat. We all love Pat.
Finger roll,
right?
I love Pat.
Yo, look up Walt Clyde Frazier's finals stats though. Like Walt Clyde Frazier's stats in the finals. I think he was he had like a 36 points, like 19 assists, 5 steal game in the finals or some shit like that. Some crazy like that in the finals. You can't argue that.
He was fresh in his youth. Patrick Ewing, he lost Bernard King, bro. He didn't get Spreewell. Do you understand these trades that I was flipping my textbook over? You can never tell me that nobody's better than Patrick Ewing. He suffered. He's like Jesus. He got crucified, bro. They did him dirty. I was sick of it. After a while, I had the same feeling everybody else did in the 90s. Oh, Ewing came up short, whatever. But then I thought about it. If it wasn't for Patrick Ewing, the Knicks would have been nobody. And they took the Bulls to 7 games. Like, come on now. The Pacers, they copied the Knicks game. They didn't go to the championship until the late 90s either. Ewing deserves way more credit than what he gets. He gets slandered, man. It's bad. And 2 bad knees.
He does. He gets slandered. But I can't argue between him and Walt. Like Walt is that guy. Of course I never watched Walt play because shit. But his stat line and what he did for the Knicks, he bought 2 rings. At the end of the day, 2 rings eclipse anything Pat have ever done for the Knicks.
Jesus Christ.
It's 2 rings. I can see if it's 1. It's 2 rings.
See, but I'm a guy that I think the whole ring argument is overrated. Like, that's foul. You can't control your team. Like, that's why LeBron left Cleveland. Jordan was threatening to leave Chicago. Kobe was crying to get traded from the Lakers. Nobody remembers any of this. Let's not forget any of this. Patrick Ewing did not go in front of reporters crying on TV, and they failed him. They didn't get a squad until 99.
Mike almost came